A very warm welcome to everyone in the room. Welcome on behalf of Area K3 from District 124. Today we have all gathered here for the training session for the role of contest chair. Since the contest season is beginning now, one of the most important persons during this contest are the roles of contest chairs because they put everything together. They are the ones who are driving every contest. Usually the briefings for the contest chair are done one-on-one basis or individually. But we thought it would be nice to bring best of the best, someone who has conducted number of contests, has encountered number of difficulties during the contest, and has overcome all those difficulties to share with our members today. This is an opportunity to learn how to be a meticulous contest chair to make sure that the contests run smoothly. A very warm welcome to everyone in the room. This particular session will be facilitated by distinguished Toastmaster Nimisha Singla, who has been district officer in the past, and she has conducted more than 200 contests as contest chair, more than 300 contests in various other roles, and she has also been chief judge in numerous contests. She will be conducting this session wherein she will be explaining every aspect connected to the role of contest chair. Any questions related to this particular role will be answered during the Q&A session towards the end. This will be an interactive session, and I really hope that this session proves to be informative as well as valuable for everyone who has joined after their dinners at 10 p.m. with the sole purpose to make sure that the contests will be run smoothly by the new breed of leaders. I'm VP Education at heart. So one thing I would like to tell everybody, if you end up taking the role of contest chair, you can file it as your level 1, level 4 or level 5 projects in HPL, managing a project successfully. You can connect with your VP Education for that. On that note, I'm not going to take any more time, and I'm going to hand over the stage to my very dear friend who agreed to step in and facilitate this workshop at 10 p.m. Please help me welcome on stage distinguished Toastmaster Nimisha Singla. Nimisha, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri, or rather, I would say my friend Gayatri, for giving me this opportunity, for bringing in the warmth within the room. Thank you so much. I really loved when you proposed the idea of training contest chair. You and I both have been in the rooms where we have to train, we have to look for the contest chairs, or multiple role players, be it tech master in the online contest or be it timer and then Sergeant at Arms, all those who are new to Toastmasters. So today, before I start, I just want to know how many of you think that I'm going to show any presentation here, or I will go through the presentation and it's like, fine, I'll note it down, we are done. How many of you have done, think like that? A raise of hand, probably. Wow, that's great if none of you think like that. And how many of you are ready with their pen and paper to note down what are the responsibilities of a contest chair? That's great. Toastmaster Ankita, Toastmaster Vikash. Wow. If you really have it, first of all, let's applaud for yourself that you are doing a wonderful job. This is the first step, planning and dedication, which you have actually shown. And trust me, I have played multiple roles, being a contest chair in multiple contests, but until unless you follow all the steps, it is incomplete. And it's very difficult for any person in this whole world to remember everything and be 100% good or perfect, I would say. Be there, have a pen and paper. All those who do not have it, please bring in, because this is going to actually be there are going to very small things which we have to take care. And trust me, based on my experience, if you leave those small things, they will turn up at the time of the contest. They will definitely turn up at the time of the contest, and they will be taken as a gap in the planning. So we have to be very much, as distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri said, how to be a meticulous contest chair. Yes, we learn from the experiences. Toastmaster is the stage where we can make mistakes. But then, as a contest chair, I have seen people extending 1 hour contest to 2 hour because they have to start all over again. All right, let us start. What are the three phases of any particular role or responsibility? What is the first step? What is the first step when we are going for the role? Preparation? Anybody can unmute and speak out. Just
To know
yes,
what role
Toastmaster.
exactly is it.
Yes, that is the first step to first understand that how to play. What are the responsibilities that are related to your role? So today we are here to do that, and then we are going to theory is something which we are going to do today, and practical. I will share some tips and some examples through my experience where it will help you understand. But then, of course, start after you have done the theoretical part, start with the practical so that you get yourself polished. All right. Today, we are going to, as a contest chair, if I say that contest chair is going to be the chair for the contest. So understand, what do you mean by chair of any event? He or she is the first person identified for that particular event. If anybody decides, any club decides that we want to hold a contest, then contest chair is the first person who is appointed, and then any other thing is taken forward. Today we are going to discuss about the three parts. First would be what are the responsibilities of a contest chair before the contest, what then the responsibilities during the contest, and the third after the contest. So we are going to talk about it, but before that, let me just check with this as per my discussion. This is conducted by Area K3, Division K, District 124, and I understand that the district has decided to conduct 4 contests: international speech contest, evaluation, table topics, and humorous. If there is anything, distinguished master secretary, am I correct? Right. So I will be covering things that are specific towards the end, particularly with the contest, but there are many things that are common. 80% planning of all the contests are same. So let us now start with before the contest. What are the responsibilities of contest chair before the contest? The first thing which you have to understand is that contest chair is appointed by the VP Education. It's a responsibility as a part of a program planning, is the responsibility of Vice President Education of the Toastmasters Club to appoint a contest chair for the type of the contest they want to conduct. Some club chooses 2 contests at one go. Definitely in those times you have to check with the contest chair, decide the day and date on which you want to conduct the contest, and appoint a contest chair. One very important thing to note is that contest chair will communicate with only VP Education or president in case the VP Education is not available. Your only point of contact in the club would be VP Education, but one important thing again in this is that no information, if for example VP Education is also participating, so no serious information that we are going to talk about it should be communicated. The communication should be clear and precise, and no extra information must be shared. All right. Once the VP Once VP Education appoints contest chair, then it's the duty of contest chair to now decide the role players, look for them. We'll talk about everything in detail. Just note down step by step that what are the steps which the contest chair has to follow. Okay, right. Thank you so much. You know the date of the contest. You know the time of the contest. There are two set of role players which are to be finalized by contest chair only. Contest chair only, or you can take the help of PP education, but majorly it's the responsibility of the contest chair. You can take the help in sense, you can check with VP education if any person from the club is available during that time, but what role they would be doing is something the responsibility of the contest chair to take care that how they are going to go ahead with the particular nomination for that time span which they have got. Two, as I said, there are two sets. One is contestants, the ones who will be contesting in the contestants, they are going to be the part of the club, the members of the club. Before that, we need to ensure that the club is the paid club. It has minimum 8 members. These are the eligibility. So the club has to be in good standing. To check the criteria for good standing, you can check with your presidents or with your area directors who can help you in understanding this critical. But minimum criteria for a club to be in good standing is that 8 paid members are there in the club. All right. So this is going to be one thing. Then start taking nominations from the club. Nominations should be in private. You cannot make the nominations public until you are ready for the briefing. So please note these 2 points. The first communication which you have to do is with the members of the club. But before that, you also have to do one thing. You have to decide the date and time for the briefing. Briefing is a portion where you need to apprise all the contestants, all the role players about the rules of the contest. So there you need to have a chief judge. As the contest chair, you need to appoint a chief judge. Look, talk, and the best way to find a chief judge is get the list of trained chief judges from your district leaders and check the availability of the members. Whomsoever is available in that slot and is ready to commit for the role of chief judge is you're going to be a chief judge. All right, let me just go through the process once again. VP Education appoints the contest chair. The communications, all the communications are going to happen with the VP Education. You have to appoint a chief judge because you are going to look for the role players. They also have to look for their role players. Okay, appoint a chief judge, check with them. Also, very important thing to note is that it should be from the list that has been shared by your district. All right. Now the chief judge is appointed. You know the type of contest you want to conduct. You know the date and time. What could be the next step? Anyone in this room, you have the chief judge with you. You have the date and time. I just mentioned it few minutes back. Anyone?
Should be briefed.
Deciding on which contest to, I
Would
mean, whether it will be, hello.
Okay. All right. We have to take the nominations from the members. Yes, nominations and role plays. Very good, Toastmaster Vikash, and all those who have just said, some said role players, some said nominations. So you have to do it parallelly. So that means you both are right. But on one hand, you will take nominations from the members. So the process of nomination, taking nomination from the members is that there are two forms which are going to be shared. But before that, I think I missed one point. That is, you have to very thoroughly go through the contest rule book for that year. May I request Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri to please share the contest rule book for the year 2022 to 2023? All right. Thank you so much. You can download it, and once towards the end, we will be taking your email IDs and we'll be also sharing. Otherwise, it's very easy to look for the contest rule book. Make sure that you pick it's the year of the contest rule book is written. So the contest rule book for year 2022 to 2023 should be downloaded. Even if you're downloading, you can also download from the chat, Zoom chat. Please thoroughly go through the rules and the contest checklist. There are everything is available there. Just go through it. Okay, you will come to know a lot of things, that what is required, what is left. You will come to know that what needs to be discussed with chief judge and the contestants and the role players. There are so many. Almost everything which is required is going to be there in the rule book. All right. So with this, go through the rule book. For example, let me take one example and we will continue with the same example within this particular session. So we are going to conduct contests in one go. Club has decided that we will go with the table topics and evaluation contest. I'm picking these two contests because these are the major ones which we have to cover. Others are the subset, right? I mean, it's like they don't have any other specification, but this is going to be a superset where we'll understand a lot of things, and only with the tweak of one or two things we will understand about the humorous as well as the international speech contest. So I'm picking the club has to take table topic and evaluation. They are going to do two contests with them. All right. They identified the contest chair. Now we have to take the nominations. First, to take the nominations, there should be an eligibility criteria. That is also mentioned in the contest rule book. You can go through it. Let me tell you for evaluation and table topics, there is, as I mentioned, there is only one criteria. I mean, there are two, three, but major is that club should be in good standing and the member should be a paid member. All right. These checks can be done. To do these checks, you need to, rather than, asking each and every whether this person, say, for example, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri, Distinguished Toastmaster Ayush, or Swapnil, there are so many members. You can't ask. As I said, that you don't have to reveal the name of the contestants until briefing. You have to get the roster from the VP Education. You will get all the information that you need for all the contests, whether all the eligibility criteria are mentioned in that. You will also get the member ID. How many of you know that we have a club number and a member ID? How many of you know that? A raise of hand. Right? In your profile, you can see yours. Right? Thank you so much. So there is a club number as well as the member ID. So the roster which you are going to take, it will tell you how many levels a member has completed, whether the member is a paid member or not. And based on that, you will also come to know that whether the club is in good standing or not, because you will come to know that the members which are who are the paid members of the club. Okay. So the roster is going to be your Bible when you have to check the eligibility criteria for any member. Get the roster from the VP Education. Start taking nominations. Once you are getting the nominations, just check whether they are eligible. But before that, you have to, while you are taking nominations from the contestants, or I would say the members of the club, you have to share two forms. They will give you those two forms. I'll request Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri to please share those two forms. Those two forms needs to be filled by all the contestants who wants to contest. Meanwhile, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri shares those forms. Yeah, thank you so much. One is speaker eligibility. So speech contestant speaker eligibility, in which they will sign a form that we are eligible to participate in this particular contest, and also they will select the contest type in which they want to participate. For example, distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri decides that I want to just go for the table topics, whereas Swapnil decides I want to go for both. So in that case, they will select both the checkbox. Now, sometimes when you get the forms, one thing as a contest chair which you have to facilitate is that they are not able to do the checkbox for both of them. So you have to provide a solution for that. Anyone in this room who is a tech savvy and want to tell us that how to make sure that if checkbox things are not working in PDF, these are PDFs, so how to make it happen? Yes, Toastmaster Keshav, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity and DTM Nimisha. What we can do is we do have the online converter through which we can convert our PDF to the Word format. Once we convert
Okay.
our PDF to the Word format, we can do that checking and all the marking things.
Okay, that could be the one way, definitely. If, for example, if I say that there is an option in which, with which we can select multiple checkbox in the PDF only,
Okay, I guess we can do from the image editor.
that can also be possible. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Keshav. I will seek answers from other members in this group. If it's not, then otherwise I will just say that there is a pencil sign, in the free Acrobat. You will see that the members are going to fill form with the mobile phones. So they are not going to have Acrobat Reader in their mobiles. So the office which they have, MS Office that is installed, you have to, just ask them to do it. You have to provide the solutions. Otherwise, you will be filling forms for every contestant. You don't want that. You have other things to do, take care for. All right, just look for it, try it yourself. You are also going to be a contestant and you also have to fill it. So definitely, in case you are not a district officer like Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri or Distinguished Toastmaster Ayush, you will be a contestant. You would want to be a contestant, right? So there you also have to do it. So identify a solution, the best one. I have seen contest chairs providing different solutions. Just see which is the easiest one, and maybe the way you practice, others will start practicing with you as well. All right. So make sure that you provide a solution. If there is anyone who is not able to fill the form, then we have a speech contestant profile. I'll tell you the significance of speech contestant profile. It comes up during the contest. It comes up during the contest when the phase where we will use the speech contestant profile, but we have to ask them to fill both the forms. Sometimes contestants say that if it's fine, I have to go with eligibility, but we have to be equal. We have to be fair with all of them. If others are providing, you can ask. You have the right to ask them to fill the speech contestant profile, and it will help you as a contest. It is going to help you during the contest. All right, let's move on. So you are taking forms in the form as a whenever they are going to fill both the forms. That means, and they share with you in the private chat. Don't take it in the group. Well, it's not a blunder if it has happened. Just ask them to share in the private chat. Okay, that is completely fine. Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. She's going to share the documents which we have already covered, and towards the end, we can definitely go for the questions. On one hand, these particular forms are getting filled, you are getting your chat. If you want to go through, you will have the roster, right? You don't want to spam your WhatsApp chat. The best way to do is to drop an email to all the members of the club and ask them to drop one-to-one response to you. If you don't want everything on the WhatsApp, okay? Right? So this is what you have to do. Next, parallelly, you have to start looking for the role players. Please list down the role players that we need as per the rule. I would not say it's per the rule book, but this is the ideal number which we should look for. We must have 3 sergeant at arms, 2 timers, 1 contest master, two ballot counters. But this ballot counter thing is what you have to discuss with the chief judge. If they want to look for it, they can ask you. So it's your duty that that time you have to, you don't have to brief them. Briefing will be done by chief judge only, but you might have to find those role players, okay? But the timers, sergeant at arms. Two timers. How many sergeant at arms?
Three.
How many
Three.
contest masters?
One.
One.
It can be minimum one. It can be equal to the number of contests you are holding. Okay. Every contest can have a separate contest master, but then again, it's a responsibility of the contest chair to brief all the role players, not the chief judge, but all the role players. Okay. Three sergeant at arms, two timer, one contest master. Then, of course, you have contestants on the other hand, and two ballot counter, but the briefing needs to be done by the chief judge. So now list down all the role players or all the members or stakeholders of the contest whom you have to brief. Anyone in this room can cover all the role players or all the stakeholders with whom you have to brief as a contest chair.
Sergeant at arms, timer, and I think contest master.
That's
Tech
right.
master.
That's right. So as you have now mentioned tech master, I quickly cover that tech master is the one who looks after to the who looks after the room. So usually in the physical contest, they are sergeant at arms only. But what in the virtual contest, we have started calling them the tech masters. So tech master is going to be one of your sergeant at arms. All right, clear? Okay, great. Now before you start briefing the contestants or any role player, as I said, you have to look for all the briefing points that are there in the rule book. You can also refer to the contest master script, which it can be shared. But I would want you to go through the rule book before you actually just consider the scripts you will find online or from your fellow Toastmasters as a Bible. Your Bible for briefing is again contest rule book. When I say rule book is the Bible for contest for any role player. It has checklist for chief judge, it has checklist for contest chair. So as a contest chair, you must go through the rule book. Okay. You have to pick out the briefing points as per in the rule book, as per the contest, you will get all the points which you think should be clearly communicated to all the role players as well as to the contestants. All right. And one of the best thing is to do is just check with your immediate district leaders. They will probably guide you with many other things, like some of the rules are there in the rule book, but very few, I would say 95% are there in the rule book. There are some are discretionary. So those are going to be, you can discuss with your district leaders before you actually start briefing the contestants. And as I said, the trained chief judge will be there. They also will be taking care of other things. These things, rule book as rules and the briefing, which you have to do. All right. Let us now quickly move. This was all preparation is very important as a contest chair, right? Now let's quickly come to the roles. Sergeant at arms, we have a script now in online contest. Otherwise, Sergeant at arms is the one who is going to arrange. In online contest, we have a script which actually tells us that I would want to see if so this is I will share it towards the end that what that script actually says is that we are using Zoom or any other uh, this technology to conduct our contest as well as so the recording happens and based on the request from the contestants we do share it, but it's very important just like we said a decorum in the meetings. Sergeant at arms does that, so it's the duty of the sergeant at arms. You can appoint any of the sergeant at arms to do this. that they will be reading out the online meeting statement that we are going to again share it in the email. That is the online meeting statement that is provided by Toastmasters International, which you can read out and you can tweak it according to whatever contest or meeting you are going through. All right. So that is to be read first. One very important thing to note is that there is no presiding officer or any address in the contest. Okay. We don't want any contestant to have unfair advantage, or it's rather it doesn't come with the flow of the contest. So Sergeant at Arms directly calls the chair of the contest chair. Yes. So please note that no presiding officer address, no nothing. You just have to move to the agenda of the contest. Okay. Try to note down the points when I'm telling you the flow of the contest, right? Try to note down the points which you have to brief to the contestants or to the role players as well as the contestants. Okay. Let us, we are going through with the role players. Sergeant at Arms, contest chair. Contest chair welcomes everyone. Now, as we said that we have a contest master and we have a contest master script, which is already shared by distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. Contest master is going to read out the script which you are going to provide them. You are going to prepare that script, and if you open that script, let me open that script quickly. I will tell you that even the sequence which you will identify during the briefing is going to be there. So if you see, if I say in less words, contest master is going to just read out the script which is there and follow the briefing in terms of whether at what time do we have to wait and at what time we have to move forward. Contest chair welcomes everyone, introduce the chief judge of the contest, and maybe they can invite the dignitaries in the room, but not taking much time, giving just for the time to just small address and welcome the chief judge also. And after that, you have to move on to the agenda of the contest. That is, if you can call the contest master. As per the briefing, as per the script, the contest master will start reading the script, and then going forward during the script, the role players will be taking care. In the script, you have to mention, okay, how many of you can know that what is the timing for evaluations in our club meetings? I need the buffer thing also with this.
For it's a range of 2 minutes to 3 minutes and 30
Evaluation.
seconds on the upper hand.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Manish. Let me make it correct. Buffer of 30 seconds for evaluation is there on both the ends. Okay. And contests are time critical, I would say. Even 1 second can disqualify any contestant. So you have to brief the timer in such a manner. In District 124, I understand that we are going to share the screen. You will have the timer cards. The timer cards which are there, which we are using generally, are will also be shared with you. You can share those timer cards with your timer and ask them to follow the exact timing of 2 to 3 minutes. The timer will not be announcing the results or disqualifications. They will only be sharing these reports to chief judge on the private chat. And when it comes to physical contest, there will be a physical sheet which they be handing over to the chief judge. Okay, so this is should be the exact. Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Ayush, you have a raise of hand. Please let me know.
Yes, thank you, distinguished Nimisha. I just wanted to ask what happens if the timer goes 7 minutes, 30 seconds, and maybe like 45 fraction of seconds.
All right, thank you so much for this. If the timer has noted the timing, so the briefing should be such that 7 minutes 30 seconds or 45 microseconds. Again, that's a disqualification. So the timer, if there is yes, please go ahead. Yes, Ayush.
Oh, okay, Nimisha. So you said it's a disqualification, right?
it is basically it has to be, it's ideally considered to be, but the only thing is that the report will be shared and the briefing will be done by the chief judge, and based on that the chief judge will be taking care of that.
Just want to add on. So it's written in the rule book that until it reaches
Can you be a little bit louder, Ayush? Can you be a little bit louder? There
until
is air coming.
Can you listen to me? Am I audible?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. So recently I just read the rule book. Maybe it has changed. Now it says that until the speaker has reached 7 minutes and 31 seconds, they aren't disqualified. Only after that. So fraction of seconds will not be considered. So if they don't reach 31, and if the fraction of seconds is like 7 minutes, 30 seconds, and 40 fraction, or whatever we call, then it is not disqualification
Okay.
until it shows
All
31. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I believe that this was the point which I missed from this time rule book. Thank you so much, Ayush. So in this case, earlier we used to practice as I said, I discussed with the chief judge. Now, since we have this rule in this rule book, so this is something which is going to be practiced uh, where whenever the time thing is there, time we have to look. So when it says 7 minutes 31 seconds, it will be applicable for Ayush. Can you confirm? I think it will be applicable for all the other contests as well.
Yes, same for every
Yeah.
contest.
Same for every contest. So when we say evaluation contest, so it means that 3 minutes 30 seconds is something which we considered, but when we have a microsecond like it hasn't crossed 31, then this particular they will be considered as qualified. But again, this is going to be everything is going to be in, as per the briefing, whatever the discussions happened with you and chief judge. So this is something which was stated. As I said, some rules are discretionary. I will not say that this is the discretionary one, but we follow the rule book. Okay. Thank you so much. So this is how you have to brief for humorous and international speech contest. Yes, Ayush.
Nimisha, just one more question. There are 2 timers in the contest, right?
Yes.
Ayush, your voice is not
Hello.
audible.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Now it is.
There are 2 timers in the contest. Yes.
So say suppose one has noted 7 minutes and 30 seconds and the other one has noted 7 minutes and 31 seconds. Then what happens?
The reports are shared with the chief judge only. And then, of course, I think these things will be taken care with this within the chief judge training, that how they should handle this particular
Correct.
training. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, correct. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Let's move on. As I was saying that for international speech contest as well as the humorous speech contest, it will be 5 to 7 minutes, just like we have normal speeches. 4 minutes 30 seconds is going to be, you have to announce. Although the timer report will be shared, but these are all the part of the script. Okay, we have to announce it. We just can't let it go. Okay, everybody knows this. No. And also, then for the evaluation, 2 to 3, 1:30 to 3:30. Please note, okay? And we are no one to announce the results or say that, okay, if you crossed it, you are disqualified. No, the timers will be sharing the report and everything will be taken care by as I said, that chief judge training will happen and chief judges will know that what to do with all those things. Okay, we have to share the information and we have to brief the role play as such. Now, for the table topics, we have to speak for minimum 1 minute and then 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So this is how you have to brief. In the virtual contest, the screen is shared throughout. So the colors only change. Why do we do that? Because it takes 2 to 3 seconds. Sometimes we don't know about the network bandwidth of any of even the contestant or the timer. So to avoid that 2 3 seconds, as we said, that 1 second is very important. So to avoid that particular gap, we just remain the screens on and the colors keep on changing. So this is how the timer roll is going to happen. Let's move on to the Sargent at Arms. Since we were talking about evaluation and table topics, Sargent at Arms is a very important role. In evaluation and table topics, evaluation evaluations are happening for a single test speaker. Okay, so nobody should listen to others' evaluation, or I would say the contestant who has not given any evaluation for the test speaker should not listen to the evaluation of others. And then this is going to be taken care by the breakout rooms. We have a sequence defined for the contestants, which we pick out during the, as a contest chair, I'm going to keep myself in the place of a contest chair and say that we have to pick the sequence. How? There are many ways to do that. Okay, we will discuss about that, or maybe we can take up in the queries section. So there are multiple ways you can make the chits. You can just go through some random website, but then again, this has to be discussed with all the contestants. And if there is even any objection, the one which we used to follow in the physical contest is that we have chits in our hands. They will let them pick what chit they want, and there is a number inside them which will let them define. You can name them A, B, C, D based on the number of contestants you have. And then whatever, say for example, Gayatri picked four, D, and it has three inside. So the number on which the Gayatri will be coming is third. I hope this point is clear. We have to do it once the briefing of the contestants is over. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. If there's something you didn't get, please note it down. We'll quickly cover in the Q&A section. So as for the sequence, one by one, the contestants will keep on coming from the breakout room. Well, Techmaster, I will probably would not want to cover because it's a very big thing. It's kind of a technical training. The only thing which I would tell is, as a Techmaster, as a Sergeant at Arms, our duty is to maintain the decorum. Be it muting, be it unmuting, be it giving the co-host access, making the breakout rooms, or calling the speakers one by one as per the sequence, or sending the broadcast message. Okay, so these are different aspects of the tech master. This is what tech master is going to do in a contest. You have to ensure and make sure how the contestants, how the room is. You have to read the room, and based on that, you will have to define and brief the tech master. Next is Sergeant terms. There are some Sergeant terms, two Sergeant terms based on the count. Ideally, it's two Sergeant terms who we move to the breakout room with contestants. They're going to keep an eye in the breakout room that nobody should talk, nobody should get a message, there should not be any noise around, because we want to be fair and we don't want them to get. So there are multiple reasons why we do that, but the only thing which we can ensure is that there is no sound coming, no chit chat, they are not talking, because they have to sit silent in the breakout room. In the physical contest, all the contestants except the contestant number one are moved to the separate room where they cannot listen to what the contestant on the stage is speaking. Okay, so this is the duty of a sergeant at arms, that one by one they have to keep on sending the contestants to the main room where the actual contest is happening, and again coordinate with chief judge. So these are all should be the part of your briefing. Let us now move to the contest master. A contest master I've already covered. Okay, so these are going to be, we have already now covered that what we have to do during the before the contest and during, that is one part. We talked about Sergeant at Arms will start, contest chair will take over and welcome everyone. Then they will hand over to the contest master. Now, during contest, when the contest starts, we have timer, we have Sagatans who are playing the role. Between the contestants, there is a time that we define for the judges to mark the ballot. We don't have to care about who judges are, that's duty of the chief judge. We just have to make sure that we are giving appropriate time. And this is one more point where you have to brief the timers. Once the contestant is completed, we give pin drop silence in the room for the judges to mark the ballots. Pin drop silence. Okay. In this case, we can we can have the tech master in such a manner that they take away the unmuting rights from everyone, and one by one they only unmute. This is the best way to proceed in the contest, and this is the way we do it at the higher levels. Okay. This is the way we proceed. Okay. So pin drop silence between the contestants. Contestant number one, contestant number two, at least 1 minute of silence. And only after that 1 minute of silence, you will do the audio video check, or the tech master will do the audio video check for next contestant. So with this, there is one another point which you have to brief to the tech master. Audio video check needs to be done. You will find these things in the script. Based on the type of the contest you're holding, these things will be covered. You have to do the tech master has to do the audio video check before the contestant is start to speak. Just like we do, right? Am I audible? Rather than am I audible, tech master is going to take care of that particular section. Okay. Contest master reads the script. Then we begin with the contest. For the table topic contest, there is one particular thing which we have to notice, that the contest chair has to prepare some topics, general topics. Okay. Among that, in physical contest, we put them in the chits, okay, without any number, and then we invite chief judge to pick one of the chits. In the physical, in the virtual, what we do is we have a list which we can share, or the best way to proceed is check with chief judge how he or she wants to go ahead with the selection of the topic. Okay, that is going to be, can contest chair? Yes, contest chair can be the contest master. That's definitely, most of the contests we do that. I have done that. I would say that majorly when you brief and at that particular time, until unless there is one important thing which I will cover in next 2 minutes, that contest chair has to take care of. If you don't want that much chaos during the contest, then it's better to appoint contest master. Otherwise, contest chair can play the role of the contest chair. Quickly moving through the agenda, we will take questions little later. Quickly moving through the agenda of the contest. Contest master read the script, brief the points that are there in the script is read. We also read the sequence once for the help with, for the judges, or we do share in the virtual contest, we do share the list on the WhatsApp, but it's better to announce because we have to be very much particular about the spelling, name spelling. If if Avinash G is going to be the contestant, I can't just say Avinash G. I need to know the full name of Avinash, which is going to mention in the speech contestant profile. And I need to also confirm the spelling. And we have to read it out. Like contestant number one is Avinash. Avinash, may I know your full name?
Yeah, Avinash Gudiwada, madam.
Okay. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to even
I'm trying to
spell.
rename.
Okay, fine. So I will announce our contestant number one for today's contest, or table topic, say table topic. Our contestant number one for today's table topic contest is Avinash Kodewara. Okay, I think it's right. And then Avinash. Avinash. And then the last name. All right.
Yeah. Gudivada. Gudiwada.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Let me just pick a little bit easy one. Let me go for Ananya Bansal. So contestant number two for today's table topic contest is Ananya Bansal. Ananya Ananya, Bansal Bansal. This is one way so that you know why it's very important in the physical contest. Once the certificates are made, you can't change them. So it's very important for you to notice down. In virtual, it is like editable, right? You present the certificates in an editable format and then you convert it to PDF. But for the physical contest, it's very important. And ideally, why it is important? Say there are three Ananyas in one contest. How will I identify which Ananya I have ranked? So I mean, it's for the judges. So how we come to know? Or say, for example, I just gave the one first name Ananya. Contestant number one Ananya, contestant number three Ananya, contestant number five Ananya. Who I don't know, right? Which Ananya is holding one of the three positions? Q, right? So we have to have the full name. And we also, if there are two people with same name, then again, we have to discuss with the chief judge how to identify, right? Or maybe these things need to be discussed. These are not defined in the rule book. This you have to discuss. Okay. Now, once we said we have read out the sequence, then we'll go with the contest. For evaluation, test speaker is called. Now here, there again, it will be covered in the chief judge training. I would we will cover it will be covered in the chief judge training that how do we want to arrange the test speaker. So you have to coordinate with them. And table topics I've covered. Apart from that, you just have to do a little calling. You just check the script for every contest, and based on that, you will call them. It is mentioned in the script the way you want to call. Quickly, let me tell that how do we call contestants uh, in the contest. Don't say Toastmaster. Contestant number 3, Ankita Das. Her topic is honesty is the best policy. A contestant number 3 for today's contest is Ankita Das. Ankita Das, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy, Ankita Das. Similar way, you have to call for humorous, international, and table topics. Table topic will be, as I already mentioned, that how it will happen. And for the evaluation, contestant number 3, Ankita Das, contestant number 3, Ankita Das. So this is all. After the contest is over, we have already covered. We'll give 1 minute of silence, and towards the end of the last contestant, we'll give 2 minutes of the silence. Once all these proceedings are done, one contest is over, and then you proceed with the second one. Similar procedures to follow with them, and then the speech contestant profile form which you filled, they are going to be referred now. You have to interview. Contest master will not, contest chair will interview. As a contest chair, you will interview the contestants. One question is more than enough. Just see that you give 1 minute to every contestant. And during that time, you will give them their participation certificates. You can get the certificate format from the Toastmasters International portal. Every time, they keep on, sometimes they change it. So you can just get the fresh ones from the Toastmasters International portal where we have the brand portal. You will just type the contest certificates, you will get them in the PDF formats, editable formats. All right. Then announcement of the results very quickly, and then definitely I'll go for the questions. Will take 2 minutes more. I hope this is fine, right? Okay. Announcement of the results. It again needs to be discussed with the chief judge how they want. In some of the contest chair does. In some of the contest, chief judge does. But then again, we have to discuss. Okay. You will get the results from the chief judge as a contest chair. Because you are preparing the certificates for them. So you will get the results. If they want to announce, before you announce the result, one very important point is to check with about the disqualifications with the chief judge. There might be a message in your WhatsApp that says there are no disqualifications or there is one disqualification, but during the contest, in front of everyone, it needs to be checked that if Gayatri is the chief judge, I would say distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri, or Madam Chief Judge, is there any disqualification based on any of the criteria? Until unless I have a go ahead from the chief judge, I should not go and announce the result. Okay. These are very few things which we need to take care. And quickly, last point which I would like to cover is the protests. Protests are mentioned in the rule book. You just go through them that how it is going to what are the criteria for protests, and all the protests need to be addressed to contest chair. For the contestants, they are only going to report the protest to contest chair. I'll talk about contestants only, or for the duties of contest chair. And then those protests needs to be taken with they will be taken forward with chief judge. Right? There are very particular things which you will learn through the process, right? I would start taking conversations like, okay, this has happened, and see, particularly these things should not be discussed. See, these things should not be discussed outside the contest. Once the contest is over, only the next level is in picture. Apart from that, everything needs to be just locked in the locker and not discussed, because some things, as I said, we don't even have to announce it. Don't announce it that, Mr. Chief Judge, we have a protest. It has to be, everything has to be in one-to-one. Nobody should come to know that protest is raised or something like that. Okay, we have to be very confidential about it. As distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri mentioned that you can share your queries with her. Also, I will you can take contact details from her, my contact details. This video will be there online as well if you want to refer to any of the points later on as well. And particular role briefings, for example, what are the duties of a sergeant at arms. I will again, as I said, we will be following the rule books and everything. Whatever I will be sharing is going to be based on my experience. All right. We have one question in the chat, that what should we do if contestant in the breakout room gets disconnected for 2 minutes? This should be taken care, Toastmaster Vikash. These are going to be part of the chief judge training, not the judges training, chief judge training. Okay. These come under discretionary rules, I would say. So this again will be taken care in the chief judge training. Anyone who wants to be okay, fine. Anybody else? Now I would open the stage for questions. Being the sergeant in the breakout room, I was one instructed that no silence should be there, as it gives extra time to the contestants for thinking, especially in evaluation contests. But in today's session, you mentioned there should be silence. Okay, this is something which must have been advised to you by chief judge. So as I mentioned that these briefings, the role player briefings, I mentioned all the ones which are there as per the rule book. Okay. So apart from these briefings should be done in the presence of chief judge. Okay. Without discussing chief judge, you cannot do any briefing. So that is where the difference lies, Toastmaster Manvi. I hope this is clear. All right, thank you. I want to go to meeting once again. Where should okay? All right, I think that would be taken care by distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. We would be launching a poll form where we will be. You can share your email IDs, and I think we can share the link of that video also there in that email.
Yes. Otherwise, I have shared my WhatsApp number with everyone. If you guys just send me a WhatsApp message that anything that you need, this particular video will be uploaded on YouTube. That YouTube link will be shared with whoever needs it. Or else you can, Nimisha has her YouTube channel only for putting the contest related videos and Toastmasters related videos. She can put her channel in the chat so that any query regarding any contest related query can be found there, and this video will be uploaded there.
Okay, I will be sharing it with you, distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. Okay, as I've joined from different laptop. Any queries, please? The stage is open for the queries, and I could see some waiting Toastmasters in the room. Please let me know if there is any point which needs to be addressed. Probably I've missed because of the paucity of time. Any queries? Please put up queries. You will have a lot of scenarios to practice and learn from. As I said, that I cannot discuss all of them. They needs to be just locked in a room where you can't even discuss them. You just take the lessons from them, that what is required from the next time. Okay, yes, Toastmaster Smriti, please go ahead.
Yeah, so about table topic contest, the contest chair will share the topics, right?
They will
So
share
they
the
will,
topics with Chief Judge. Yes.
so they will share the topic with judge, and there is no separate table topic master in that.
No. Contest master is going to be the contest chair is the host or chair of the contest, and contest master is going to be the master, as you said, table topic master. So we have a contest master. Okay. They are going to announce contestant number one, Smridhi Vaidya. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Smridhi Vaidya. That is to this thing is to be taken care by contest master only.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other queries? Please go ahead. There should be a lot of them, and we have Arnab also in the room. Disting- Distinguished Toastmaster Arnab.
He joined and he left. Here we have with us Arnav Datta, who is
Okay.
from Black Diamond Toastmasters.
Okay. We do have district officer from District 41 as well. We would love to listen from any point if it is missing. Some of us in the room have been part of multiple contests and have encountered multiple scenarios and have felt. So anybody would like to put up any question? I think there should be, apart from that, okay. As a contest master in table topics, do we need to share all the topics with CJ and only in the so there are two things in the physical contest. We just go ahead and have a chit chat with us, and table chief judge picks one topic. That's again will be covered. As I said, that these are things which needs to be covered with a chief judge training. But once the topic has to be, just taken care by chief judge also. It's like have a look, something like this. Okay, but then it's not a mandate. That's what I have seen people following in some of the contests. But again, it is going to be shared with chief judges training, or it has to be a collaborative way that how we want to proceed with the table topic selection. But it's the duty of a contest master to prepare the topics. You can tell what is the duty of the table contest chair. Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Suniti.
So let's suppose I'm the contest chair for a club which I'm not a part of. So how will I take the nominations from that club? Uh, is it like the roster that I've received? So I have to ping each and every individual and ask them if they want to nominate, or shall I create another group or Google Forms, or is there any other way?
As I mentioned earlier, Toastmaster Suniti, one way or the professional way which everybody or leaders recommend is that we have email IDs of the members in the roster. We can drop one formal email to all of them saying, mentioning all the things which you need, the forms you want them to fill, and also do mention them to send those forms in the reply should be 1 to 1. So this is how one way. Second is if you are too much familiar or VP Education says you can become the part of the WhatsApp group, just be there and take the nominations. That's another way, which in one of the clubs I have followed multiple times with multiple contests. It's easy to communicate with all the members that way, and making the group of all the members not required. Just just before the briefing to communicate. So, for example, you're doing the briefing on Zoom, you need to communicate or share the Zoom link. It can be done on email. It can be done via email. All right, that is fine if you are doing all the communications via email. But as one thing which I mentioned earlier, before briefing, revealing the name of contestants is not encouraged because that might create with some, for example, okay, she is a champion or he is a champion, I might not win. We want to motivate them to win. So that is one of the reasons, which is it's kind of a best practice which we do. It's not rule, it's not a rule. Yeah. So these are different ways you want to communicate with the members. Okay, One last question and we will wrap up. Okay, I think we have already done that. Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Keshav, please go ahead
Yes.
with your question.
Is there is any criteria to be a contest chair or any other role player in
You
any
have to
contest?
be you have to be a paid member. That's it, I think.
Okay, it is the only criteria. Thank you.
It's not it's not a criteria, but of course, only
Mhm.
Toastmaster can understand, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, you can say that paid member needs to be the contest chair.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. With this, I think we can close it. And thank you so much. With this, thank you so much. I could see the participation of around 30 members coming, joining and then leaving. Probably they got half of it. I think it would be really good if we can get the information from for them and share the details. You have some documents with you. You will be getting all those which are going to help you become a meticulous contest chair. Uh, I was not the meticulous or I'm not the one. It's always a journey. I would say you will learn with the process, but the only thing is you have to raise the hand whenever there is an opportunity. And with this, I would like to hand over the stage to Area K3 Director for and also would like to thank distinguished Toastmaster Ayush as well as distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. This is a wonderful initiative. I have trained many contest chairs one to one, and I definitely understand it would be lovely to see you all playing a contest chair role and help other clubs. It's a learning process. You will learn through the contest for yourself as well. Okay, that's what my experience is. Over to you. With a round of applause, please welcome Area K3 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Nimisha, for providing us with those insights, and that really helped us all. And I really hope all the members over here present in this present in this meeting, especially the members of District 124, you might have a surprise waiting for you if you're active in this contest season. And usually district usually recognizes your efforts, and you do get a lot of gifts if you are contributing to a lot of contests in the club. So I really urge all of you to please participate, and it would be really nice to see Division K members bring home all those accolades. On that note, I'm going to adjourn this meeting officially.